Fucking dumb.
Dumb. Fuck Hawaii.
So dumb.
Maybe shouldn't be a state anymore. We
Well,
shouldn't
that's
talk shit about
crazy.
Hawaii after they did that like tribute to Maui. I hope
Hawaii's
everyone's
lovely.
doing well there.
Um,
You. I don't know what happened to Drew. Having a you can see this. The Nooners ran out of tequila ones, I think. No, I have some, but just vodka. I don't know if we're live. Still better not say anything terrible. Nerd Migo.
we're trying, man. I somehow, some way, the hotel Wi-Fi is just so useless that I can't use it to press go. All I need to do with it is press go live and end stream. That's all I need to do with the hotel Wi-Fi, and I can't even do that. It's that useless. So I don't think. Yeah, I know we're live. We're live.
Oh, okay.
What a weird game, man. It's been entertaining. Like if you had said there's gonna be 13 points in this game, yeah. If you said, hey, there's gonna be 13 points in the first half, I'd have been like, oh, yikes, this is gonna be not a very entertaining contest. But that's kind of the opposite. This has been highly entertaining. There's been wild stuff happening here. I think just generally, I hated the trick play that Shanahan ran that got them the touchdown. That's the difference so far.
That ball
I
was
felt
up in
like
the air for how long? True.
infinity.
Longer than Reba held Brave.
Well, we'll get to that in a minute because we'll come back to that. The real, what do you call it?
The real
scuttlebutt.
controversy.
Yeah, the real controversy. Man, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know how to get.
What do you mean? You're fine. Just keep talking.
Well, I'm trying to close the chat between you and me on the thing so I can see people's comments, and it's not working. Anyway, weird, very weird to feel like this was like half that was. It felt like was dominated by the Niners, and they have a 7-point lead, which I think it's good.
Yeah.
But they don't have much in terms of margin when it comes to yards per play or total yards gained or even time of possession is slightly in their favor. The two key fumbles, the first drive fumbled by McCaffrey, I felt like really set the tone for some sloppy, some jittery kind of overall play. Niners continued to shoot themselves on the dick the next drive with some, the Trent Williams having a hold was an upset. That was a surprise. They finally break through, get a field goal on a drive where I thought Kyle Shanahan cooked a couple really good plays up, but they only got the 3 points out of it because there was, I think Ayuk kind of misread, his leverage on that pass from Purdy that should have been a touchdown. And then the Deebo Samuel, that was just a brilliant play by McDuffie. So 3 points in the first drive, scoring drive for the Niners. Cash the over on Moody longest field goal. Cash the over on game longest field goal. Moody's going to have the longest field goal of the game by a lot.
Yeah, Moody right off the bat hitting a crazy long field goal after he's been the shitty kicker. All the kicker props are wonky now.
Yes.
Canadian Capper says Rice over receiving yards, 57.5, book it. And he says, I always win on here. Ask Andy. Honestly,
that's true.
Canadian Capper is like 70%.
He does always win.
He drops in the chat.
He does always win.
I'll have to go ahead and find that. I have a few offshores that are trading live props, which I don't.
Canadian Capper, by the way, one of the nominated YouTube stream commenters should be.
We got to start that next week. We got to start doing a little post-production. Was there anything, did anyone do anything award-worthy for next year? Start thinking about the second annual Divies. Talk halftime. We watched the game. I'm not watching, not sure. First song hit, right?
I guess. Oh, did it?
I think so. That's what I was getting.
They haven't even started yet. They're still doing the.
Okay.
They're still doing the chat it up, unless they're playing My Way in the background. Which, by the way,
somebody said so. I thought it might have hit. Somebody had texted me, but
no, they're still doing the commentary.
Who? If you had to, let's say the game is over, Drew. Let's say the game is over.
Here comes the first halftime song.
Who's your MVP right now?
I don't know, man.
Right now, it's CMC. Even with the fumble, right?
He has probably.
He's been getting 6 yards a carry.
I mean, the defense for the Niners has been the biggest difference maker, and it's been the D line. I would maybe pick one of those guys.
It's still hard to
Hargrave has
give it
been
to.
big.
It's hard to
Hargrave
give it
has
to a
been
defensive
solid.
player without like a touchdown.
Armstead and Chase Young have the sacks. Chase Young had the other blow up play with the Mahomes intentional grounding. Huge. I mean, really, the difference in the game is in the first half, the Niners D really played well. And came up with some key stops early in the contest. Never let Mahomes get into rhythm, and then got that stop at the death. I thought. I mean, if you had said Price, the Chiefs getting a touchdown on that drive, by the time you saw the second Rice catch, you're like, oh, minus 900, right? Like this drive ends in the end zone. So it was kind of impressive that they ultimately got the stops there. Shanahan, by the way, does not really have the intestinal fortitude to call the timeouts to try to get one last drive there. I don't really know exactly what happened, but it felt like he confounded Reed a little bit. Like Reed was like, "Wait, you're not going to call timeouts? You're not going to give us a little extra time to kind of dissect you? Okay, we'll call some dumb running plays then."
Yeah, that hit a little weird at the end because I jumped up to grab some stuff to come outside, and then I noticed there's 20 seconds. They didn't even pull any of the shenanigans. Like, this is going to be it, and then we're going to get knees. That's pretty wild. Yeah. But I wanted your opinion on the intentional grounding, and I know you're biased. You have Niners, but he was out of the tackle box, and there was a guy kind of close. I was actually surprised they called that.
It was a little ticky tack.
Yeah, I guess that rule is a little ambiguous sometimes. There's a little bit of subjectiveness, but I don't know. What do you think of these second half lines?
I don't know, man. I'm trying to tell what this first song is. I don't understand. I don't know Usher. I have no fucking clue what song he's singing.
Watch me. I just know the memes, and everyone.
I don't know if it was. I don't even know what it was. I'll just count in the chat to fill us in. I shouldn't even been trying to listen. I just don't know any Usher songs. I have no clue. All right, man. I don't think that was My Way either. I think it was Caught Up, but maybe the beginning little thing at the it's Caught Up. Yeah. How about that for beating the Sharps there? Yeah, there are some friends of ours in Australia and New Zealand who got it added to the board.
You need someone who knows Usher to help.
It's Caught Up, huh? How about that? It was like me against the universe there, and a really hat tip to a guy who will go unnoticed but forever be remembered by me. I won't name names, but hat tip to guy stuck to his guns. He was like, "No, I'm 30 seconds in. He's singing Caught Up." That's what I heard. I was there. All right, well. Let's talk about the second half line here. This Usher show looks pretty terrible. I'll be honest with you. Congratulations. He's a tremendous artist. We have Chiefs -3. It is getting juicy. -113 now for Chiefs -3. Chiefs -197 on the money line in the second half. Oh boy, we are expecting ourselves to have a little bit of a lot of game left before this thing is decided. The total for the second half is 24. Which feels like kind of we have to play the under. What do you think, man?
You know why they call him Usher? Link says that. I don't.
Can you make a case?
I mean, do we just the only case against under 24 is it's a Super Bowl and you pull out all the stops and we can still have overtime, and the overtime rules are a little bit different here in the playoffs, I guess. But otherwise, I guess taking back and looking at the first half, I mean, they did drive the ball. There was some turnovers. Maybe there should have been about 28 points in the first half. Maybe we should have had a little more going on. But that said, it's still the Chiefs. It's still over 21, over 23. It's way up there. I don't hate it.
24.
Yeah, if you want to start a middle, if you have Niners, maybe some middling. But yeah, this is for sure just a fuck it. Let's take the under.
If you had to say from this point forward, I mean, obviously, the Chiefs get the ball first in the second half, and they found something. Yep. They finally found a little bit of something there at the end of the first half. If they carry that through and they tie this game, if this is 10-10, do you have a strong conviction on who wins?
Their defense has looked kind of shitty against McCaffrey, but it is a defense that gets stronger throughout the game.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen that. So yeah, Alicia Keys showed up. Thanks, Murray. That one passes. That's huge. I'm with you there. How I got me thinking about props. How are your props that you gave out on like Pizzola and Captain Jack streams
Oh,
doing?
terrible. Everything losing, I think.
I got one home already, Drew.
Which one's yours?
I laid minus 230 on at least 4 rushing. At least 4 individuals will rush the ball for the Chiefs. Because
Oh, yeah.
I went and looked at it. I'm like, well, it's 15 for 15 in the playoffs since 19. I'm like, fuck it, we'll just lay all the juice. That's more sweat. That's a better sweat is laying $2 or $3, on a price. Because then
Yeah,
you
almost
get
all
that
of
shit in the fourth quarter. You need like a Rasheed Rice end around.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad we didn't get the sweat.
I'm a pretty terrible prop player, so I kind of knew I was going to lose
Usually,
a bunch.
that's
Brock
why
Purdy,
juicy.
Brock Purdy under attempts is going to be a sweat. He's got 15 already.
Yeah.
That 31.5 is going to get real sweaty. I don't know. Nothing's really going my way other than caught up being the first song. I don't even know if it was. I'll be honest with you. Like that could have been like a riff from My Way that really started it. Who the fuck knows? Anyway, second half under 24. Talk me out of this, Andy.
Can't do it. Let's play it.
Under 24.
I'll be playing the Canadian capper prop of the Rasheed Rice over. One of my other props was Isaiah Pacheco to be the leading receptions for the game. McCaffrey's kind of fucking me there. I think he's got 5. Just because some of those were, like extended handoffs, little bubble screen bullshit. So McCaffrey might be your reception leader.
I don't even know who this is guesting right now. I'm so out of touch. This is embarrassing.
I'm hearing Alicia Keys was on.
Well, yeah, there's somebody else now, though. It's like he's wearing like short capri pants or short, like long shorts. Very unusual.
Is it Young
very
Dylan?
Unusual. These are some very unusual wardrobe decisions. I am really really not sure about any of this.
I tried to name a rapper, and I think I named the kid from the Nickelodeon stream.
Yeah, let's talk about some of the other props. The big one that hit was over 24.5. I'm sorry, over 2.5 players to do a pass attempt.
People love that.
But yeah, Brink sent me that at plus 164. I was like, okay, let's go, buddy. And that's home by halftime. Purdy overall looks pretty damn good. I think he's dialed in. No sign of jitters, no sign of nervousness. The two running backs having the 2 mistakes.
One to Ayuk that was a little low, but otherwise he's hitting people.
He seems pretty dialed in. Mahomes did his thing like you would expect him to do, which was when the pressure was the greatest, he stepped up and delivered some absolutely tremendous passes. The general kind of, if anyone has nerves, if anyone's calling, or if anyone's kind of having themselves a little bit of a skittish game, like I'm not really that impressed by whatever Spagnuolo has called so far, right? Like the defense for the Chiefs hasn't really felt like they have made any decent adjustments, and
they're
both
not
defenses have had some mistakes and penalties.
Pressure with the 4, and then when they do bring extra people, it seems like it does seem a little like obvious who's coming, and they're picking up the blitzes really easily. And I think that's part of why Purdy's looked so decent. Just there hasn't been guys in his face.
If you went banana land on under for Travis Kelce, you're probably feeling pretty good, right?
Yeah, that doesn't hurt. He's
got 1 catch for 1 yard.
Yeah.
Actually, it's going to be interesting. We've seen Taylor once or twice. Have you been counting Taylor? You've seen it twice?
3 times. 3? It's been 2 or 3. I don't know. See, I don't know. Did the first one count during the anthem, or does it have to be during the
anthem?
Game?
Is when we that's the official broadcast.
Yes, official broadcast, not the game. Okay. All right. Yeah, they showed her.
Right, not like after the start of the kickoff. Okay.
Nipple.
I don't know. We got a guest woman on guitar doing a Prince thing, but I don't know who this is. This is a weird halftime show, I gotta tell you.
Somebody's daughter in the chat, Andrew Feldman's daughter, who we always trust her, says Taylor 3 times. And honestly, if it's going to be
Taylor 3,
We're gonna trust it's
So
somebody's daughter for sure.
so Kelsey
They're paying
receptions
attention to
over Taylor closed a heavy favorite. That was like minus 250. He's got one catch, and we've seen her 3 times. So that's all. That's a little bit in doubt. Okay, interesting. The
I didn't play any Swifty props hardly. Just once
did
people I didn't.
did you hear either Nance or Romo mention Taylor Swift so far? Has she been mentioned or just shown?
I don't think they have. But the kids and the dogs are kind of shitheads too.
That's HER. That's her. She's her.
It's her.
Okay.
Oh,
I think we got Usher on roller skates. Oh, dude. Usher is doing he's doing a hat tip to Starlight. You remember that Broadway show where everybody's on rollerblades as trains? Starlight Express? Does that ring a bell? Like the show from back when we were kids?
Fucking rings a bell. What? I'm just staring into the void here. What?
You don't know what I'm talking about?
I do Starlight Express? And I enjoy music.
I might have it wrong. One of my friends' moms was like, "Hey, our boys need culture. I'm taking them to this musical. They'll find it cool because they're on like roller skates, rollerblades, and it was like people pretending to be trains skating around. No. Okay.
No, I mean we just would go to like Lion Witch in the Wardrobe or like go to the Nutcracker. If we needed culture it's hard to bring kids to the theater.
Surely, man.
Who is your MVP? I've asked. Someone, Food Snob asked. I'm giving it to CMC. I'm giving it to CMC right now. Lil Jon
is the fucking man. He's the motherfucking man. I mean, we really realistically should have just had a Lil Jon halftime show or a ludicrous Lil Jon halftime show. I don't know that I needed a ton more Usher in my life.
I would have been honest. There was like a 3 week. There was like a
Andrew Lloyd. It was an Andrew Lloyd Webber musical. That's right. That's right. David Roberts remembers. Nobody else saw that one apparently.
There was like a 3-day period where me and Cal were calling Ludwig Oberg. We were calling him Luda. So I was sending Cal a lot of ludicrous memes.
I love that.
He didn't stick. He's just not Luda.
Hey, it's worth noting Christian McCaffrey is, of course, your offensive player of the year. The last offensive player of the year to play in the Super Bowl was Cooper Kupp, who not only won that game, got a Super Bowl ring out of it, but was your Super Bowl MVP. So this would be a little bit of a repeat of history if Christian McCaffrey took home the honors. Honestly, like this is the type of game in game state where whoever wins, it's probably just going to go to the quarterback because
I was going to say who gets
this is either going to be a Mahomes. It's either going to be a Mahomes comeback or it's going to be it's going to be either a Mahomes comeback, in which case it's him. I mean, Travis Kelce, you can basically write him off, right? Like he's not winning this. And honestly, if you like,
a big second half gets it, but a big second half is also a big second half for Mahomes. So.
Right, and it's going to be viewed as Mahomes as the comeback king. Like it's not going to be viewed as, man, did you see Travis Kelce make the plays we've seen him make 100 times?
Kelce would have to have like 3 touchdowns, I think, and one of them would have to be like very memorable, like a really good catch. I think he has to have a massive second half. Otherwise, it probably goes to Mahomes. If you have like a Pacheco long screen pass where he makes a couple guys miss and ends up closing the game out, ends up with 150 total yards, that's in the realm of possibilities. But it feels like Kansas City wins. It's probably 90 to 95% Mahomes. If San Francisco wins, though, it feels 50-50 CMC Purdy, to me at least. Just because, I mean, Christian McCaffrey with what he's been getting on the ground, and if they are leading and they just lean on him and he has a really big stat day, maybe one more touchdown, fuck it, I think he'd get it.
Okay. That makes sense. I mean, he is on pace for like 100 total yards, 150 total yards, 120 total yards and 2 touchdowns. So that would be it. Was the last song just out of curiosity? Do the people in the chat know?
That was a banger back in the club.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, if he gets to 100 all-purpose yards and 2 touchdowns, I agree with all that. I think it is going to be CMC. He's got to be the favorite right now in the market, right? You looking at the live markets for that?
Tyler
If I had
Gilliam.
internet, if I had like reliable internet and I didn't think I would crash the stream, I would try to find one, but I don't.
Yeah. Someone in
Who
the
is?
chat, Tyler says CMC
He's
plus
the favorite
150,
right now, yeah.
32 to 1.
Yeah, it was last. Okay, good. All right. That's funny, man.
Remember that Chappelle skit with where he just says, yeah, and okay, and what?
Yeah, okay.
What?
Yes, absolutely.
I do like that.
What?
Okay.
All right. You want to talk a little controversy?
The anthem?
Yeah.
Some places spelled it out. They said some places put it in writing. Said
House
it is
rules
the
apply.
end of the first Brave. In case somebody pulls a double Brave, Reba got fancy with it, which is a Reba pun, because that's her song from '82.
Yeah.
And pulled a double Brave on us. I think most places are just going to give you your overs.
So the deal is like,
I think I was timing it. The end of the first Brave was like 89, I think. Maybe I fucked up the timing.
I had 88. Yeah, I had 88.
Yeah, I had right there 88, 89 for the end of the first Brave. Second Brave took it over to like 95.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they want to be dicks about it on Super Bowl Sunday. Whatever.
Okay, so the funny weird thing was, I feel like
just like whoring herself out a little, though. I think, unless I'm misunderstanding that song.
I think so. The weird thing was like Bet Online, I feel like was one of the ones that really did spell it out very clearly, like the start and stop. But then Dave Mason tweeted over.
Yeah,
so they kind of went against their own rules. It felt like
Dave Mason would be a big goodwill guy on something like that, or
dude, they're replaying that Jawan Jennings pass for a touchdown right now. That was like the world's dumbest trick play. I cannot believe that worked. This has been a little bit of a dumb Super Bowl. Like the dumb stuff is working out, and the Mercold Hardman deep pass, that was a terrible decision by Mahomes to throw that. That was double covered well. The Niners absolutely should have picked that.
I can't believe that just fell into his fucking arms.
And it just fell into his bread basket. That was ridiculous. And then he did nothing with it, which was even more stupid. Because don't you count on him to do something athletic when you get the ball in his hands? That was very, very strange. We're getting the Patrick Stewart Tua Tagovailoa Paramount Plus commercial that made all the rounds in the week of, where they throw Arnold into the wall.
Good. Like, it was funny, but people are like, "This is the greatest commercial." I'm like,
I haven't seen any good commercials, honestly. Did you know? I didn't even know. I was confused for the Wicked commercial. I thought that movie already came out like a long time ago.
That was a play.
No. So, it was a play. Okay.
It was a play. Aaron, let me know what book was that paid out on the under and graded at 88. I'm curious.
Yeah, it was Starlight Express. Was that the right name? Yeah. Okay, was the Starlight Express. Thank you. Yeah, we didn't know he was the art director for the halftime show. Yeah, the trains. Yeah, it was like, that was.
It would have been crazy if he came out in the Phantom of the Opera mask.
Yeah, you have to explain that. I didn't know that was about trains. So I was like 35.
Yeah, right. It's about trains.
The Coors Light train came back. That was good.
The black lady with the gadget ears.
What's that?
Who's the African American woman with the?
Oh, it was her.
H-E-R? He turned it up the second time through.
H-E. No, it was her. That's what I've been told. I didn't know that myself. Yes. Well, H-E-R, her. Yeah.
Her. From the Nationwide. Right. All right, man. Any reservations or thoughts on? Let's look at the second half market and see if it's moved at all. This has been a long halftime break, as is tradition. The game in the first half, it felt like went pretty quick because we had a lot of the clock ran. Not Dave Mason of Classical Gas.
All right, so second half line is still up, and it is now very juicy Chiefs -3. You think that's Mr. Walters' effect? You think Billy went back for another taste of some Chiefs? Because this is a big ass number, man. -3 is -127. Jesus. Under 24 is -113. So we got the better of the price on the total. Jeez, man. Andy, did you jump to look at odds? Is that where you went, or was my internet fucked again? I think Andy left. He wants to go back to his party.
No, my wife.
Were you just checking odds?
No better.
What's that?
My wife sent
she sent you a text.
No better, but so then I'm like, is it urgent?
Was she also excited about the Starlight Express nod in the halftime show?
Yeah, okay. My daughter was pumped. She says Usher has some good songs. But...
Hey, can anyone tell me how they've graded? Has anyone seen First Song graded yet? Was it for sure graded? Caught up? It
feels like they're not going to grade that terribly fast. I feel like I might have to go listen to Classical Cast. So that's a bad.
I gotta hear from some of the. This is just a mess. Like the fact that like these exotic. So like we'll have to have a little side conversation when we break this game down this week when we do our normal pod. You want to just do one this week on Wednesday? By the way,
yeah, we're just doing
I can't do anything tomorrow. All right.
Yeah, we're Wednesday. I'm not going to work tomorrow. We're doing a Wednesday night pod, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to all of our thoughts on the entire Super Bowl hoopla, Reba Gate, Usher Gate, Purdy Gate, all the gates, all the president's men, and
there's a lot of gates.
Sober up and talk then.
Okay. Hopefully we'll have some resolution. I can tell you that this year with the info was like all over the fucking place. Like two people sending you something at the same time that was like opposite.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
There were rumors. There were rumors that they had mixed up the Post Malone and Reba times in the rehearsal shoot. That was
I didn't even see Post Malone.
We were getting like reliable sources were giving two different numbers on that. It's like maybe I don't bet the anthem this year.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know where I had it in the queue and then stopped and did not bet it. I don't know how they would have graded it. I'll have to check in on that.
Okay. Well, we'll get resolution on all this stuff as we do the books when this is all said and done. It's going to be a.
Reba?
I mean, she's pretty famous for Las Vegas, right?
Is she? Has she done a
no?
Like a?
I don't
she hasn't
think
done
so
like a
at
residency
all.
there. Like if I think
idea.
Residencies recently, it's been Celine, Adele,
sure,
U2,
Britney.
Like they had some Cirque du Soleil, Blue Man Group doing it. I don't understand.
Carrot Top.
Carrot Top. I hadn't thought about it.
Did I tell you I ran into Carrot Top on I ran into Carrot Top on Media Row. He looked hellaciously bad. Like death get Carrot Top in your death pools. Like I was like, this guy's
I'm not here to slander prop comics today, too, but I believe
he looked.
Is the game starting?
Brutal.
Am I missing it?
Yeah, they just kicked off. It's a touchback.
All right, we're
touchback, yes. By the way, was a winner on the first kickoff. Touchback, yes, was a winner on the second on the halftime kickoff. I
won the first quarter of the family quarter prize.
Squares.
So, yep.
You had the 0-0 square.
Yep. Daughter won the second quarter.
Man.
There's some decent.
Oh man, Pacheco with
Starbucks.
Just a hellacious fumble by Pacheco to start the
Did
second half.
It?
No, he recovered it, but he lost a good 15 yards, 10 yards. That was really bad.
Wonderful.
Woo! Pacheco's not going to make his rushing total because of this loss of 10 yards.
I used a random number generator to pick the numbers. I let my son choose the squares for all four of us, so my hands were off it. I had no cheating. So
I will tell you that I didn't love the velocity with which Mahomes shot putted that ball. Ooh, that was a 12-yard loss. Woo! Wow, Pacheco, my goodness gracious, big boy. Yikes!
I'm calling it. I'm gonna go watch the game. Love you guys.
Okay, all right, man.
We'll see ya.
Hit in the end.
Hit in the end.